All right, Andy, want to run through what you'll need? Obviously, clippers, couple combs. You won't need one like this for a while. That's just more for blending, fading. This is a great comb. It's got the thicker teeth on it, so that's a good one. You'll need clipper guards. I've got 1.5, 2, 3, 4. You shouldn't need more than that. Some shears, and then a cape to put on them, and a spray bottle. If you don't have a spray bottle, you can just use a cup of water. Just stick that in there, and then do that quite a few times, and it'll get the hair wet. You want them? Good, perfect. All right, Andy. So start with a 1 at the bottom. And I always go first with your guard out all the way, and that just it gives you that little bit of difference. So I always start out, and then whenever you're going to blend your 1 and then 1.5, you just cut that down, and then that'll blend that line out. So I always start there. And I just start on one side and work my way around. Again, open, not closed. And I'll kind of go up until about an inch below where that hairline's going to split for that haircut that you're talking about. Head down low. I always come down a little bit, so wherever your line's gonna be, always bring it down around the back a little bit. So we'll start right here, and then it kind of comes down towards, not much, but just enough right there, so that we're below the crown whenever we move up in our fading. So I'll go about to there. I'm going to switch over here. This side, depending on which way your part is, it normally is a little bit longer, higher up here, just so where that hair will come over and meet there if you're going to comb it over. So try to do this one just a shade lower, not anything noticeable. So I'm going to come back and meet that line, so I need to bring this up just a tad. So there, about right. So then I'm going to move to the 1.5. And you might have to buy a 1.5 separate. Keep it open and just start the process over. Make sure that hair is out of the way so you don't cut the top. Now this one, I'm only going to come up just a little bit. And as I'm coming up, I mean maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, but I'm lifting out, kind of flicking my wrist like that. That way, get that good fade. You can't really see anything on this one because it's all underneath where our fade's happening. Now I'm on a 2. Again, I'm staying open, and I'll come back in and close them later. Close them like that later to kind of blur those lines. But this one, I'm gonna kind of take a little bit more than I did with the 1.5. Just kind of ride that line up a little bit. And all I'm doing right here is just lifting out. It's that same motion, that just nice and easy, lift it out. So I'm getting under the hair where that 1.5 was. Just kind of lifting out on it. Taking off some bulk here. Anywhere you can see where hair is kind of just sitting down on it, and kind of take it out like that. And just always flick it out. Especially this side where it's going to kind of be sitting down on that side. If you want it to be really squared up, you just got to keep flicking that out like that. You can kind of see that wall being built. Now, right here you can see a little bit of a difference. So that's when I'll close it. And I'll just come in here and touch up that line. Now, I'm not going up into the hair that I haven't cut yet. I'm going down to where the 1.5 met the 2. Because it's closed now, so it's just a tad shorter. So now I'm just getting up into that part and cleaning up that line. So that way it doesn't have lines that you can see. Barely clipping anything. You just go till you hear it, you can hear it barely clipping hair. So now I'll go up to that 3. Make sure it's open on the 3. And then kind of get after it a little bit. And do that same where I'm trying to kind of build that wall straight up. So flicking out right whenever you get to the top. Just kind of going straight up at it. If you need to kind of go against it, that's fine. Goodness, son. Here's the tricky part. When you get to that crown, that spiral right there, I try to just stay with it right below it. You can go right up to it with however long you want it to be. This one's a 3, so I'm going right up to it, and you can just take out everything right to that crown. So right here, I'm gonna kind of get rid of that. Bring it around to that crown. And then this will be the harder part, is when we fade up, because we want to fade this part right here. So I'm going to bring it on this side up to that crown. And then I'm going to come back and go back to our motion. Now that's if he's doing a comb over type, or if his hair is going to sit like that. Not quite a comb over, but it's just kind of sitting over there. Then we're just going to come right back in like that. And then you can close it to get in that area. Kind of blend that line a little bit. Switch to the 4, and same thing. Now here, he does his kind of combed over. You had your kind of straight down like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one wet. Got a little fryer tuck thing going on over here. We can fix that. Now this is getting into the scissor work a little bit. The best way I can tell you to do this is grabbing hair. You just grab it with the comb, however many fingers you have. So if I've got one finger there and it's right there, that's an inch. So 2 inches, by adding it, 3 inches. So I've got 3 fingers from the base to the top. So his hair is about 3, maybe 4 inches, little, just over 4 inches. So to be consistent, if you want it to be 3, just put down 3 fingers, and then you can hack off all of that right there. Now that's 3 inches. So then you just go back a little bit further, grab it, hack off to that. I'm just gonna go all the way back. Consistently 3 fingers. 3 fingers. Towards the back you go just a tad shorter. So I'm going probably 2.5. And that's how you take off hair off the front. So up here, gonna comb it out. Try to get underneath it. Again, that's 3 inches right there, 3 fingers down. So 3 inches right there. And then just recomb it, re-grab it, 3 inches. Kind of do it like that. And if you want 2 fingers, 1 finger, however tall you want it, or long you want it, you can kind of play with it like that. Now on this side, right down through here, because you want that good fade, you're gonna actually cut it at an angle. So you can see how it kind of sticks out right there. So I'm just gonna angle it. And when you grab it, you can see where you've already grabbed hair. That's already been cut. This has not been cut. So I'm just gonna match it up, but at an angle up, like that. That way it's longer on the top than it is on the side, but we're just meeting where we've already cut. See? That's how you get that blend from the clippers to the scissors, or the shears. And it's just going at that angle. And you can see how it's kind of, I've already cut that, so I'm just going to barely clip that right there to just make sure that matches up. Basically just taking off the corner to match it up. And then as you get to the top, where we've already been cutting, that's how you get that blend right there. So, looks to see that line right there. We'll have to blend that again with probably a 2.5, but that's how you get that. It's a little thick right there, so I'll just grab that right there. I'm just meeting where we've been. So on this side, same idea. Just gonna grab the hair, cut it down at an angle towards the shave part, shorter towards what we've already cut. And all we're doing right here is just blending. When you go off to the sides, you just go to that angle. Taller in the middle, shorter on the sides. Just meet it where it is. So you can see that line right there. Just gonna try to take that out with the clipper or with the scissors. Just kind of going at that angle. And with it being that short, might not be able to get to it. So we'll go back to the clippers here in just a second. You can see we haven't done any blending. We kept all of those open on the clippers. So you can see how, like right through here, there's just a little bit of a bump. So we lower that with probably a 2.5 or 2 to 3. Just lower that and then take that out. And that'll get rid of like that line right there where it kind of sticks out a little bit more. But you can kind of see that's just the general blend. And then for the top, we just cut it to however long you want it, and then his hair's trained to comb over. But just cut it to however long you want it, and then we'll just blend this part right here, and I'll show you how to do that. Since I've got the top, if you look, kind of spiking it up a little bit like that, you kind of want it to do this. So again, that's where I'm just going to grab that, and if it doesn't, you can probably see here in just a second, there'll be like a little bit of a, let me do it on this side. There'll be a little bit, stay right there, but there's going to be a little bit of a kind of a point on this side and on the other side. That's basically where you want to get rid of that point. So we're just going to layer that right there. You can see it kind of comes up to that point and then it comes to that. So I'm just going to get rid of that and kind of meet the two in the middle. See that? I don't know. Man, I wish I could hold the camera. Come up close, bud. See how it kind of comes up from where we've cut and then over, and there's that little spot right there. So all we're going to do is just cut that right there and kind of meet the two in the middle. So where we've cut, and just kind of hack off that corner. And if you keep hacking off that corner till it's even, then that gets rid of the that line right there. Okay, bub, you can back up. That's how you get that blend right there on the corner. So then kind of looks like that. Now I'll go back in and I will use the clippers to kind of clean this up, and instead of them being open, I'll just close them and just barely touch it and you can see it clip. But that's the overall idea, just like that. Okay, last one to get around the ears and the neck. I just close this all the way, and then I'll just kind of go right there and then use the corner to get around the ear. Just barely get around it like that. And then on the back side, let me move in. On the back side, so I'll come here. Can you see it? See what I'm doing, bud? Got my cameraman here. Just come down here like this. And then right here, just do a straight line all the way down. Look down, bud. It's a straight line. Now with him, I normally would do a fade right here, but it's a lot easier to just do a block. So I just cut, pick a line, just go straight across. Same thing over here. We're gonna do that line straight up. And then I'm gonna use this corner to go right around here. And then right here. And be careful on this because you can go too high. You don't want to get up in here. So just use that corner and then straighten right there.